Mark, Industry 4.0, it's a bit of a contentious subject amongst engineers and manufacturers sometimes, trying to actually find out what it means and what it's going to do for companies and manufacturers. The open house event here this week is focused a lot on Industry 4, so what does it mean to Mazak?
I think it's a really good point, because sometimes when we talk about Industry 4, a lot of the explanations tend to lead us into what would become in the future. And I think some of the explanations don't talk about the here and now and what we can do. So this week is all about looking at practical demonstration of Industry 4 applications, and also talking about our iSmart concept, which are rolling out in our own production systems.
And we talk a lot about futuristic stuff, but how far are Mazak along this journey?
Well, what's really helpful, if we can break it down into what is the design of an Industry 4 implementation. So we're looking at really four key components. One is interoperability. So it's about taking information from sensors from the machine, software from the machine, and combining that in with machine information so it talks together. The second one is about information transparency. So basically, information from manufacturing systems creating a digital replication of the physical world. The third one then is about technical assistance. Technical assistance is really about the data that transparency is providing, and that making decision processes and helping the operations. And finally, with the advent of automation, how automation is doing the jobs that we don't like to do.
What about the smooth? Where does smooth come into all this, Mark? Was Industry 4 part of the development of that control system or software?
Yes, very much so. When we look at this smooth control, it's a very elegant, sleek design with its touchscreen panel. But our technology goes far deeper than that, and that was always the intention. Our technology is based on something called smooth technology, which is not only the CNC, the world's fastest CNC, but also about the most advanced motion control technology, advanced engineering support, and about connectivity. So we've arranged that the machine can easily connect into automation systems with a range of standardized protocols, but then going further than that, about developing management support functions for managing complete factories. And we've done that through our release of smooth process support software. And then going further into that, Mazak are trying to lay down a foundation, an infrastructure that Industry 4, the Internet of Things, becomes a real practical application for companies, whether they're working with 3 machines or whether they've got huge systems operating large manufacturing plants.
I think Paul's question's a good one. Engineers watching this video, it's all well and good, we're measuring it, we're collecting this data, but what can we do with it?
Well, we've got some very practical applications on show this week. One of them is our smooth monitor. So we're in an age where production lot sizes are tumbling, they're coming down, and we're under pressure really to get jobs through faster, and we're under pressure really to report to our customers about delivery date. So linking in the machines and getting data back in terms of the true life status of that machine, in terms of whether it's in cycle, what the feed rates are, what the remaining cycle time is, are there any alarm conditions, looking at when the component is going to be completed, and then looking at the alarm history of the machine, analysing faults so we can do preventative maintenance, and even analysing to the depth where we can do mean time between failure to better aid those. So it's got some real practical applications that are going to lead really to a greater throughput and a high efficiency and greater productivity.
That was going to be my next question, actually. Where is this going? What's the end goal? Is it purely productivity?
Well, it's not just productivity, it's about us all working smarter. If you imagine a machine tool that we make, this is part of our implementation of a smart factory. We make 250 models. In each model there are thousands of particular components. We're not manufacturing on the scale of a car plant, so it's about manufacturing much smarter so that we can reduce our lead time from when the machine is ordered to when we can supply that. So it's all about really working smarter and being able to deliver to our customers, and for those customers to deliver to their customers a better product in a shorter lead time at a higher quality.
You're going to have 400, maybe 500 engineers here. How many of them do you think are interested in taking this kind of leap into Industry 4? Is it a small amount, or should it be more?
I think there's quite a high proportion have been interested. Initially, the point is, well, I've heard about Industry 4, where does it affect me? So really this event is all designed to do is to bring practical applications. Something as simple as machine monitoring. Immediately we can see the advantages because I can realise a gap in my productivity, in my production, and perhaps urgent jobs, I can release time to manufacture that component.
And if you look at Industry 4 or the fourth industrial revolution, if you look at videos online or even Google images, it always tends to be a big automotive production line, doesn't it? But what we're saying is you can be a vast multinational, or you can be a guy with 3 or 4 machines and you can monitor this off your tablet while watching TV.
Well, this is one of the exciting things. We believe, and some of our partners also believe, that it's the smaller companies that will take and run with this much faster. I'll give you a practical idea. Companies are running with small amounts of staff. They're highly skilled, they're doing specialised jobs. So if we can have processes in place that can gather information of that machine and better predict and help control the manufacturing process, that's a big plus for companies that are operating with more lean sets of staff.
Are there any other manufacturers that are as far ahead of the game as Mazak in this area?
Well, I think there are a number of machine tool companies that are pioneering that. But what Mazak have been very clear about is laying down an infrastructure that we can do this. And we can see that through the advent of smooth technology. We can see through that through the work we've done with MTConnect. And MTConnect is something really important. What it allows us to do is take machine tool data in a standard XML format. And that means software writers can import data they know about. The past way of doing it was every machine tool company would try to sell their proprietary software. And when third parties tried to take hold of that data, it was a very difficult game to decipher the information coming from a machine tool. MTConnect solves that problem. It means the data coming off a Mazak CNC or off a other competitor's CNC can be utilised by the same software platform in the manufacturing processes. One of the things that's clear about the advent of Industry 4, the Internet of Things, is there's a requirement for a much more open system. But also, based on that open system, we need security. So another product that we're introducing and we're showcasing this week is a product called our Smart Box. And the Smart Box is led with a partnership and a collaboration with Cisco. So there are 3 main elements that we are addressing with that. One is security. We talk about big data coming off the machine. The immediate thought for people working in the IT industry is, well, how secure is that data going to be? So the Smart Box brings in a level of security that's up there with anything on the market. The next thing is about collecting analytics that make bigger decisions for the running of the business. And then finally, machine monitoring. And through the Smart Box, we can add sensor information directly in that can collect information, produce condition monitoring to better understand the machining process.
Predict tool life, maybe machine downtime?
Exactly. Those are some real key elements. You know, we're talking about how can Industry 4 have a practical application, reduce the downtime. That's one clear one.
I think what I'd probably like to conclude on is if I was a manufacturer or I had a machine shop, I've already got my suite of machine tools. In order to get the best out of what we're talking about, do I have to basically get rid of my older machines and bring in new equipment and start from scratch?
No. Let's be quite clear about that now. MTConnect can communicate with legacy controls as well as the latest smooth control. And our Smart Box can take information from those legacy controls as well.
The reason I asked that question is because we did have an engineer contact us on our show actually saying Industry 4 sounds great, but that means I've got to get rid of all my old machines and bring in new ones and put automation systems in place. But like you say, that isn't the case. It can work with existing plant.
That isn't the case. I mean, as new technology comes out, things are going to be purposely built to take advantages of the designs that we're seeing out for Industry 4. But things like machine monitoring, scheduling to machines, releasing higher productivity, automation, they can also be done without having to renew that equipment.
You can get the best out of what you've got as well.
Yes, that's right. That's it. You know, how can we get better productivity? How can we reduce downtime? How can we improve the throughput for my factory as it stands today?
And maybe just to conclude, we're not talking the future, are we? It's here now, Mark.
It's here now, and that's one of the reasons why we're holding this event, so we can showcase technology that applies to customers with perhaps just 3 machines or to customers with a lot of machinery in a large manufacturing plant.